5. Ideal skin advice for anti-aging. As discussed initially, skin treatment is one of the most essential points that we ought to focus on if we want to stay youthful as well as battle aging. Our skin is one of the most noticeable parts of our bodies, and if we are not bearing in mind it, after that we will undoubtedly show indicators of aging greater than we would certainly if we learned more concerning how to look after the skin as well as allow our bodies to prosper. Fish oil capsules consist of the omega-3 fats that promote collagen production as well as maintain our skin hydrated. When our skin's elasticity is promoted, wrinkles as well as various other skin imperfections such as age places as well as stretch marks are much likely. Avocado as well as eating the collagen-promoting foods mentioned in a previous phase are other excellent keys in enhancing our skin treatment and guaranteeing that our bodies are generating as well as utilizing collagen in a way that will certainly help us to stay appearing as youthful as possible. One more technique we already mentioned was utilizing sunblock as well as maintaining the skin hydrated as well as protected from the sun's UV rays. Remaining inside or in shaded areas during the most sunny parts of the day can assist us to prevent the damaging impacts of the sunlight as well as permit us to keep our skin's natural elasticity without drying it out or subjecting it to the ultraviolet rays that can possibly create cancer cells. Another thing that we can do is consult with a skin doctor about the various lotions as well as treatments that we could be able to utilize to maintain our skin healthy. Keeping the skin clean and also hydrated can go a very long way in helping us to maintain a vibrant look. It can additionally aid us to remain much healthier as well as to make sure that we are doing away with contaminants in our bodies rather than permitting them to remain. When you are checking into a skincare regimen, you will intend to check into points that have byproducts of vitamin A, called retinoids. You must also remain on the search for antioxidants, peptides, hyaluronic acid, ceramics, and points which contain shea butter. Shea butter is one of the most hydrating of the substances available and also can be vital in maintaining our skin hydrated and also brilliant. It can likewise make the skin extremely soft and smooth, as well as it smells great, too. When it concerns our skin treatment, it can likewise be exceptionally beneficial to remember that any time we sweat, we are launching contaminants as well as free radicals onto the surface area of our skin. These points can trigger germs as well as outbreaks on our faces as well as bodies, so if you find yourself sweating, do whatever in your power to shower it off immediately later. It is very important to maintain your skin's honesty and keep it tidy. Nonetheless, after your showers, make sure that you moisturize. Place lotion onto your body later. You can additionally take into consideration the choice of air drying rather than drying off with a towel to enhance the hydration of your skin as well as safeguard your skin from the abrasion of your towel. Many individuals advocate air drying. Something else you can do, while on the topic of showers, is to make use of amazing water. Warm water can really harm the skin and also dry it out. Nonetheless, using amazing water, or a minimum of as trendy as you can stand it, is much less likely to damage and also dry the skin out. On top of that, it enhances the luster of our hair as well as safeguards the natural oils that our bodies generate to provide our hair with a stunning luster. If you experience dandruff or completely dry scalp, utilizing amazing water to clean as well as wash your hair if absolutely nothing else can truly work wonders. Staying youthful is a full-time job, as well as having the ability to develop a regimen is one of the most vital elements of preserving our capability to use anti-aging techniques. Discover what items you intend to make use of one of the most, and avoid harsh scrubs that could create abrasions to the skin. When you recognize the best regimen that benefits you, turn it into a day-to-day routine. It will just take a few minutes out of your day, however it will affect your skin right for the rest of your life. It deserves it. Identify your individual skin treatment routine and begin to implement it today. 6. Stress relief tips for protecting against aging and also preserving youthful vigor. Tension is bad enough, however, understanding the way that stress can negatively influence the body can in fact make us feel worried about stress and anxiety. It's a dreadful cycle, and also nobody wins. Forget the creases that we get from making faces when we are really feeling distressed. What regarding the way that our bodies start to create cortisol when we are feeling bewildered? What regarding the way that increased cortisol degrees can bring about decreases in bone thickness and muscle mass? What about the manner in which increased cortisol levels can trigger heart troubles as well as diabetic issues, or an associated problem of hypoglycemia? Yeah, creases are a substantial side effect, but that's nowhere near as vital as realizing just how powerful and awesome anxiety can be. And also it kills us quietly. There is absolutely nothing more crucial than our wellness, so finding out just how to distress can really be among the most critical points that we can do in order to prosper as well as preserve a healthy and also younger lifestyle. Have you ever before viewed children as they connect with the world? Would certainly you say that they have a tendency to be stressed out and prone to bad moods? No, normally youngsters tend to live presently, as well as they don't allow their stress and anxieties to bog them down. Instead of wondering what they ought to have done in a different way as well as allowing themselves to become bewildered by the opportunities and also their mistakes, instead, they have an attitude of trying to determine what to do next. They are positive as well as thoughtful, however, they do not dwell in the negativeness the same way as grown-ups do. Naturally, that is a generalization, however, think about it. As opposed to house in the things that we cannot regulate and also points that have currently been stated and also done, it is time to be proactive. It is time to think about what we can do to progress. It's additionally vital that we allow ourselves to enjoy and also to focus on the important things that actually make us rejoice. That's not to state it's more vital to play as well as enjoy than it is to pay the bills as well as work. It simply indicates that discovering the manner in which you loosen up and also appreciate the minute can be vital in the maintenance of our psychological and also physical health. If you really feel overwhelmed as well as stressed out, or find yourself suffering from the popular, all job and no play, syndrome, take a minute to consider what it is that makes you feel great as well as how you can start to implement points right into your life that make you happier. Something that can aid many people with stress and anxiety is physical activity. Naturally boosting our serotonin levels with exercise and activity can be unbelievably handy and offer us mood-enhancing chemicals without also requiring us to take a prescription antidepressant. Not only that, yet we really feel great when we work out since we know that we are doing something important for our bodies to aid us look and feel wonderful. It is a great way to help us enhance our confidence and really feel the very best means concerning us feasible. An additional usual way that individuals try to battle anxiety in their everyday lives is meditation. Mindfulness reflection is perhaps among one of the most effective methods of meditation for individuals that intend to be able to decrease in their lives as well as take note of the little things. It can help us to bear in mind to live currently rather than obtaining shed in our heads, and eventually taking at least 5 minutes out of our day to exercise reflection can dramatically reduce our stress and anxiety levels as well as help us to live our ideal lives possible. Another point that can aid with stress is to talk with a counselor or therapist. Many individuals think about it as a bad point. However, often it can be nice to have an unbiased party around that wants to listen to our issues and also aid us to overcome them in a positive way. Sometimes we collect tension that we don't also recognize due to the fact that they are related to concerns that have been impacting us given that our developmental stages or youth injuries. While we may be living to the most effective of our capability, there is constantly something beneficial regarding taking the time out to be reflective and learn more about ourselves to ensure that we can browse the world in the most reliable way feasible. Whether you consider treatment or otherwise, journaling as well as jotting down the things that trouble you can be an excellent way to refine your feelings and occasions that are taking place and remain concentrated on today's moment. It is excellent to share yourself and also to keep in mind the truth that when we do not reveal the important things that bother us, they can frequently develop till they develop circumstances in our lives that are beyond our control at that point. As opposed to letting your unconscious powers dictate the method you live your life, acknowledge them in a manner that makes it possible for you to carry on as well as remain focused on the next step in making your life better and also achieving your goals. Another thing that can help to lower anxiety is to stop or decrease our intake of high levels of caffeine. This will certainly not only help us to quit really feeling anxious, yet it will certainly assist our blood vessels to increase as opposed to restrict the flow of blood and improve our circulation, which is hugely useful for those who want to stay youthful and slow the impacts of aging. It can be tough to do, however, there are various other ways to get your power degrees up in the early morning, such as via workout and drinking water with lemon in it for a nice boost of citrus as well as energizing vitamin C. You can additionally take B-complex vitamins for ruptured of all natural energy that will inevitably help your body to work and also grow. Do not allow stress and anxiety to be the quiet killer that is stopping you from becoming the person you most want to be. It can start to reveal on our faces and also influence our health. So if you wish to live a delighted and vibrant life, you have to see to it that you are feeling happy as well as vibrant. Adhere to these ideas to start servicing minimizing your stress and anxiety degrees and also normally allowing your body to do its own anti-aging procedure, beginning now. 7. How hydration helps us stay youthful. It cannot be worried enough simply how crucial it is to keep our bodies moisturized. When we are dehydrated, it can cause a huge selection of problems within the body, consisting of enlarging of the blood, inefficient elimination of contaminants and also waste items, and also heart palpitations as well as various other terrifying concerns. Not only that, however, going just 3 days without water can trigger us to die, and also there is sufficient proof to state that a large section of the populace is dried out a majority of the time. Many individuals satiate their thirsts with sugary beverages that can actually do us even more harm than excellent. Sugar is just one of the most dangerous things that we can put into our bodies in large amounts, so it is necessary to remain aware of what we are drinking. It may surprise you to recognize that also consuming alcohol juices is not as healthy and balanced for you as alcohol consumption water is. Fruit juice does not consist of the exact same quantity of fiber that eating an actual fruit does, which indicates that we are primarily consuming natural sugars as well as a few vitamins without the full benefit of consuming the fruit. It will certainly not aid us to eliminate toxic substances the same way consuming a whole item of fruit would, and also it can overload our body with sugars. Whether they are all natural sugars or otherwise, way too much sugar in our bodies can cause weight gain as well as the damage to important cells. It can make it challenging for us to concentrate and lead to a mind fog, in addition to a slew of various other feasible problems down the line, including diabetes. Another problem that people have when they grab a great beverage is that they tend to wish to consume alcohol points that contain high levels of caffeine or alcohol. Caffeine is additionally unsafe for our bodies. It can limit the blood flow, and also it actually has a tendency to dehydrate us instead of to moisten us. Sure, you can drink it and stop really feeling parched, however it doesn't offer our bodies with the required hydration. It can likewise leave us feeling a little slow-moving, and we can experience caffeine collisions also. Alcohol can have unfavorable influence on our bodies as well. Other than the evident potential for liver damage, it can likewise trigger dehydration and also result in dried skin. There have actually even been researches that reveal us that every gram of alcohol that we eat can actually trigger the brain to age 11 days prematurely. If you wish to live a healthy and also younger way of living, looking after the brain is one of the most crucial points that we can possibly do. So it may be an excellent suggestion to lower and even cut out the usage of high levels of caffeine and also alcohol for good. Nonetheless, if you are able to remain moisturized as well as stay up to date with consuming the suggested 8-ounce glasses of water daily, after that you are most likely to look glowing. Drinking adequate water will certainly assist us to clear our bodies of totally free radicals as well as toxic substances that may otherwise jeopardize our body immune systems and bring about blemishes as well as other concerns. It will certainly also assist us to keep our skin moistened and also give it with a healthy radiance as well as a good plump structure. You will certainly have a lower possibility of experiencing things like stretch marks or various other problems that can take place when our skin is completely dry. Preventing fractures as well as creases in the skin might seem difficult, however actually it is within our capabilities, as long as we are doing what our bodies need us to do as well as taking in adequate water. It can seem difficult to get the right amount of water. It just does not always taste excellent, and also it can be tough to hunger for something that doesn't seem to have much of a flavor. Nevertheless, there are several ways that you can flavor your water up so that it isn't quite as tough to consume it. For example, you might try to put bottles of water in your refrigerator that contain berries, various other fruits, and even cucumbers. Having cold, normally flavored water conveniently available to you can be an unbelievable as well as delicious means to up your water consumption and reduce own of unhealthy sugars as well as artificial sodas or alcohol. There are likewise seasoning packets available in the majority of grocery stores. Most of them are sugar-free as well as have a good selection of flavor. Using them can be an excellent way to assist you to damage your reliance on soft drink or various other man-made beverages while supplying flavor and also sweet taste and also permitting you to drink as much water daily as is needed for your body to work to its highest possible capacity. We can additionally do our best to transform our water consumption, regular. 8-ounce containers of water can translate roughly to about 4 containers of water daily at minimum, relying on the dimension of the bottle. If we get up, figured out to consume a container of water before and also throughout breakfast, a bottle as well as a 50% in between them and lunch, and a container with and also after supper, then it can in fact be quite simple for us to start to get the suggested water consumption. Another point that we can do to drink more water is to download an application on our cellular phone that will certainly aid us to track our water intake. When we do this, we established a goal for ourselves daily and also are able to track it and also make certain that we are getting enough of one of the most crucial liquid. Some applications around will certainly give you with little benefits for being able to fulfill your objectives. It can make it a fun and also helpful experience to drink our water and make sure that we are doing whatever possible to keep our health and make choices that will aid us to remain younger and also healthy and balanced. On the whole, the consumption of water can assist us in almost every way possible, and also in addition to that, it can make our skin glowing, soft, and also pleasurable. If we intend to avoid the issues connected with dried skin that does not have elasticity, after that an easy solution is to merely make certain that we are getting enough water daily. 8. Keeping an energetic way of living to keep youthful and also combat aging. Any person who wishes to keep a youthful look and also lower the indications of aging need to take into consideration their way of life. Are you energetic? Do you invest a majority of your time in your chair in your home enjoying television or surfing the web? What do you take pleasure in doing that you know without a doubt is good for your body? How much workout do you obtain daily? Weekly? Month to month? If you ask yourself these things, as well as you realize that you may not be obtaining enough activity throughout your everyday lives, have no concern. All of us have our toughness and weak points, and also it can be very easy to come under a routine that does not have a lot more activity than what we need to do to make it through our daily lives. All of us have the power to alter our routines and also do exercises that will certainly assist us to keep our versatility and also keep our bodies active and also in their prime. I'm not saying that all of us have to be yoga experts by the age of 50. The truth is that not all of us are most likely to be at the very same level of physical fitness or even capable of the same types of workout. Occasionally, simply raising your legs off the ground and repeating can be equally great for you as running a lap, depending upon that you are as well as what circumstance you remain in. What needs to take place, rather than pressing on your own into launching into a workout regimen that can end up hurting you or reducing your self-esteem since you have not effectively developed it, is you need to have a discussion with your physician about the sort of exercises that would certainly most benefit you. When you discover what you must be doing as well as just how frequently you should be doing it, after that just begin to make it a part of your daily regimen. If you are told that you don't need to restrict your exercise, after that you ought to still probably begin sluggish as your body is getting utilized to the new workout as well as permit yourself to get adjusted to the modification in your routine. It can be discouraging to throw ourselves right into a brand new task that our bodies are not all set for just to discover that we can't stay on top of the enthusiastic speed that we set for ourselves. Rather, begin sluggish yet stay regular. Do one thing daily until it feels natural, and then add in another thing till you have an entire brand new regular established. Make sure you fit with the exercises you have actually picked, and also preferably, look for activities that do not always seem like work to you.